Hello student, I am Sangeeta Mansukhani. This is the video number 138. In this video, I will be explain topic conductance of electrolytic solution. So, before introducing the conductance of electrolytic solution, so first we have to discuss about resistance. Resistance, it is defined as the hindrance provided by conductor in the passage of the current. And every substance offers resistance to the flow of the electricity to a small or large extent. So if substance which offer the greater resistance, so that is it's less, will allow less electricity to flow through it. Okay, so electrical resistance R, capital R, of any object is directly proportional to its length, small l, and inversely proportional to its area of the cross section. So R inversely proportional cross section A and directly proportional to its length, small l. And whenever proportional mark remove, so rho, we have to say rho, and rho is resistivity, and we have to say specific resistance of the object. Okay. And resistivity, it is defined as the resistance offered by a substance of 1 meter length and then with area of the cross section equal to 1 meter square. Okay, so length is 1 meter we take, and then a cross section area equal to 1 meter square. So rho resistivity we take left hand side, and so rho we have to write this way also, rho. Okay, we have to say rho, pronounce rho. So it is a resistivity is equal to R A upon L. Okay, so units of the resistivity. So units of the resistivity are resistance, so its unit is ohm, A cross section of the area centimeter square, L length in centimeter. So units is ohm centimeter square divide centimeter, so 1 centimeter cancel, so ohm centimeter, and ohm denoted by this symbol. Okay, and ohm meter in SI unit. Okay, we take in SI, we on the place of the centimeter we take meter, and 1 ohm meter is equal to 100 ohm centimeter, because 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter, so 1 ohm meter is equal to 100 ohm centimeter. Otherwise, we take opposite way, 1 ohm centimeter is equal to 0.01 ohm meter. So IUPAC recommended. Okay, then after conductance. Conductance denoted by capital G, and the easy with which current flow through a conductor is known as its conductance, capital G, and it is the inverse of the resistance, and resistance denoted by capital R. So G is equal to 1 upon R. Okay, so 1 upon R is equal to R value already known about, rho L upon A. So here we have to put R on the place of the R, rho L upon A going to the upper side, so A upon rho L. Okay, 1 upon R by G resistance, and 1 upon rho by kappa. So this K you written this way. See, this way you write. Okay, we have to say kappa, small. Okay, kappa. So 1 upon R by capital G and 1 upon rho by kappa. We have the equation, so capital G is equal to kappa A upon L. Okay, so SI unit of the conductance capital G is Siemens, capital S, and it can also be written ohm inverse or mho, MHO, mho. Okay, so 3 units, Siemens, ohm inverse, otherwise mho. Okay, then after next term is conductivity. The inverse of the resistivity is called conductivity. Okay, so resistivity inverse is called conductivity. Conductivity kappa K, and also known as the specific conductance or conductivity. Okay, so K is equal to 1 upon rho. Rho is resistivity. Okay, so kappa is equal to 1 upon rho. So it can be defined as the conductance of the solution of the 1 meter length and with area of the cross section equal to 1 meter square. So units of the conductivity kappa is equal to rho units. Already we have to know what is the units of the resistivity, ohm in meter. Okay, otherwise we have to write ohm centimeter. So here written ohm centimeter. So units of the conductivity ohm inverse centimeter inverse. Okay, so SI unit L is expressed in meter, area of the cross section represent meter square. So unit of the conductivity is Siemens centimeter inverse. Okay, and SI unit of the conductivity is Siemens meter inverse, but quite often kappa is expressed in Siemens centimeter inverse. Okay, and 1 Siemens centimeter inverse is equal to 100 Siemens meter inverse. Then magnitude of the conduction. Magnitude of the conduction depend upon the nature of the material. Depends upon the nature of the material and also depend on the pressure, temperature at which the measurements are made. Then materials are classified into the conductor, insulators and semiconductor and depends on the magnitude of their conductivity. So different types of the materials here you see. In maximum competition exam, some question asked from this topic, different types of the materials. First is conductor. Conductors, the substance which have very large conductivity are known as conductors. Like example, metals and their alloys, certain non-metals like carbon black, graphite and some organic polymers are electronic conducting. Okay. Second one is metallic conductor. Metallic conductor, electricity flow due to the flow of the electrons. In conductors, substances which have very large conductivity are known as conductors. But in metallic conductors, flow of the electricity takes place due to the flow of electrons. Example, no flow of matter. So matter does not decompose. So due to the vibration of the kernels, the electrical conduction decrease with decrease in temperature. So metallic conductivity start. Next one is electrolytic conductors. Electrolytic conductors, the flow of the electricity takes place due to the flow of the charge. So matter decompose into ions. And electrical conduction increase with increase of the temperature due to the increase in dissociation. Okay, so electrolytic conductors in flow of the electricity takes place due to the reason of the flow of the charge. Then insulators. The substances which have very low conductivity are known as insulator. Example, glass, ceramics, etc. Then semiconductor. The substances which have conductivity between the conductor and insulators are known as semiconductors. Example, silicon, doped silicon and gallium arsenide, etc. Okay. Then superconductor. It is very important because maximum question asking from this topic. The substances which have zero resistivity or infinite conductivity. Zero resistivity and infinite conductivity. Okay, resistivity represented by rho and conductivity represented by kappa K. Okay, so the substance which have zero resistivity and infinite conductivity are known as superconductor. Example, metals and their alloys at very low temperature 0 to 15 Kelvin. So a number of the ceramic materials, mixed oxides show superconductivity at temperature as high as 150 Kelvin. Next topic is electronic conductance. Electronic conductance through metal is due to the movement of the electrons. So we have to say electronic conductance and also say metallic conductance, and depends upon the nature, structure of the metals, number of the valence electrons per atom and temperature, and it increase of the temperature. Like example, pure water. Pure water has very low conductivity. Okay, but when electrolyte dissolve in the water, they finish their own ions in the solution and represent conductivity, and its conductivity increase. So conductance of the electricity due to the ions which are present in the solution. So we have to say electrolytic ionic conductance. Okay, so conductivity of the electrolytic solution depends on the nature of the electrolyte, size of the ions produced in the solution, and nature of the solvent and its viscosity also. Okay, concentration of the electrolyte and temperature with increase in temperature. Okay, clear? Then after, measurement of the conductivity of ionic solution. Measurement of the conductivity in ionic solution. So the unknown resistance of the conductor can be measured using Wheatstone bridge, and resistance of an ionic solution from which we calculate its conductance will be difficult to measure. So we have to encounter two major problems usually. Firstly, passing direct current. So directly current changes the composition of the solution. Secondly, a solution cannot be connected directly to the bridge. So first difficulty is resolved by using an alternative current. Okay. And second problem is solved by using a specially designed vessel called conductivity cell, which has two platinum electrodes coated with platinum black. So here you see two different types of the conductivity cells. This is the way electrolytic solution in which vessel. So this vessel, this cell connected by the platinized platinum electrode, and platinized platinum electrode connected by wires. Okay, this is the second type of the different type of the conductivity cell. Here electrolytic tube type and platinized platinum electrodes and connect by wires. Okay, and area section cross section of these electrode is capital A and separated by the distance small r. So resistance of the column containing electrolytic solution between the electrodes is given by R is equal to rho L upon A. So R upon rho resistivity, capital R resistance, A cross section of the area, and rho resistivity is equal to inversely proportional of the conductivity. Okay, so 1 upon K kappa, inversely proportional conductivity. So 1 upon K into L upon A, and quantity L upon A is called the cell constant and denoted by G star. Okay, the quantity L upon A is called the cell constant and denoted by the symbol G star, and we have put the value L upon A G star going to the left hand side. So formula consider as a G star L upon A is equal to R into kappa. So G star is the cell constant. So its unit is capital R resistance. So it's and kappa conductivity. Okay, so unit is meter inverse. Then measurement of the cell constant. So for measuring the cell constant, the resistance of the cell is measured with KCl solution, and whose conductivity at different temperatures and concentration is already known. So resistance of the electrolyte can be measured by using a cell that is called Wheatstone bridge principle. Okay, that is based on Wheatstone bridge principle. So here you see, this is the Wheatstone bridge. Okay, 4 types of the resistance, R1, R2, R3 and R4, and in which between P detector. Okay, so measurement of the unknown resistance in the given figure, R2 is the resistance of the electrolyte, okay, to be measured, and R3 and R4 are non-resistant, and R1 is the variable resistance which is adjustable until no current pass through the circuit. Here you see arrow mark, that is means R1 is the variable resistance which is adjustable until no current pass through the circuit, and O is the source of the AC power. Yeah, that is means alternative current. Okay, so minimum or no sound can be heard from the earphone. P, a detector. Again I say R2 is the resistance of the electrolyte to be measured. R3 and R4 are non-resistance, and R1 is a variable resistance which is adjusted until no current pass through the circuit. O is the source of the AC power called oscillator, and under the no current condition, minimum and no sound can be heard from the earphone P or detector. Okay, so whenever no current pass, so R1 divide R2 and R3 upon R4. So R2 we have to measure, so R2 formula is equal to R1 R4 divide R3. Okay, so once the cell constant and resistance of the electrolyte, cell constant indicated by G star and resistance R. In the cell are known, so conductivity of the cell is given by formula kappa is equal to cell constant upon R. Cell constant G star and capital R resistance, and then kappa is equal to conductivity. Okay, so conductivity of the solution depend upon the charge on the ions, size of the ions in which they dissociate, then concentration of the ions and the ease with which ions move in the solution under a potential gradient. In other words, we have to say same electrolyte will show different conductivity at different temperature and in different solvents. Next topic is molar conductivity. Molar conductivity denoted by reverse Vm. Okay, so molar conductivity is the conductance of the electrolytic solution kept between the electrodes of the conductivity cell at unit distance, but having area of the cross section large enough to accommodate sufficient volume of solution that contains 1 mole of the electrolyte. Again I say molar conductivity is the conductance of the electrolytic solution and which is kept between the electrodes of the conductivity cell, distance unit, but having area of the cross section large enough to accommodate sufficient volume of the solution, but that contains 1 mole of the electrolyte. So denoted by this way is equal to kappa upon C. So kappa is expressed in ohm inverse meter inverse, otherwise Siemens meter inverse, and concentration capital C mole meter inverse cube. So then unit of the molar conductivity will be this way. So molar conductivity is equal to kappa into 1000 upon capital M. Capital M is the molarity. Okay, so here unit is ohm inverse meter square mole inverse. Okay, because here you see ohm inverse meter inverse 1 and concentration mole inverse cube. So cancel some mole meter square only, because meter inverse cube going to the upper side. So minus 3 plus 3 minus 1 plus 2. So ohm inverse meter square mole inverse. Okay, and 1 Siemens square mole inverse is equal to 10 is to power 4 convert into the centimeter. Here meter square, here centimeter. Okay. Then next topic is variation of the conductivity and molar conductivity with concentration. So conductivity related with the concentration. See, conductivity always decrease with decrease in concentration. That is means conductivity directly proportional of the concentration. Depend on dilution. So if both strong electrolyte and weak electrolytes. So this is due to the fact that the number of the ions that carry current in unit volume of the solvents decrease with decrease in concentration. So conductivity of the solution is the conductance of unit volume of the solution kept between the two platinum electrodes with unit area of the cross section and at a distance of the unit length. Okay, so here you see molar conductivity is the conductance of that volume of the solution which contain 1 mole of the electrolyte. So here molar conductivity is equal to K kappa A upon L. L is one length and A is cross sectional area containing of volume consider as A. So molar conductivity is equal to Ka upon L, and molar conductivity increase with decrease in the concentration, because conductivity is expressed as a G is equal to K kappa A upon L. Okay, so molar conductivity is equal to kappa V. So concentration decrease and molar conductivity increase. So here decrease in concentration, that is means with dilution. So simple concept you learn, molar conductivity directly proportional more concentration. If dilution, so inversely proportional. Okay, because the total volume of the solution containing 1 mole of the electrolyte increase. Okay, then limiting molar conductivity. When the concentration approaches 0, so molar conductivity reaches a limiting value. So we have to say limiting molar conductivity. Molar conductivity indicated by this reverse Vm and here reverse Vm naught. This is the limiting molar conductivity. So variation limiting molar conductivity with the concentration. So we have to take two types of the electrolyte. For strong electrolyte and second one weak electrolyte. When we take strong electrolyte, so practically strong electrolyte completely dissociate at concentration. So molar conductivity increase slow with dilution, and represent the equation Debye-Huckel-Onsager equation. What is the Debye-Huckel-Onsager equation? This one. Molar conductivity is equal to limiting molar conductivity minus A cross section of the area root C concentration. If we plot molar conductivity against root C, so we get a straight line with slope A and intercept this one C. This is the graph. Whenever slope plot graph molar conductivity against root C, so we get a straight line with slope A and then intercept root M naught. So value of the constant A dependent upon the type of the electrolyte. Okay, so charges on the cation and anion produced on the dissociation of the electrolyte. Here you see strong electrolyte like NaCl, calcium chloride, magnesium sulfate, so are known as this type 1:1 ratio, 1:2, 1:, okay, so this type because ion transfer, so 2-1 and then 2-1, 2:2 because magnesium +2 and sulfate ion also -2. Okay, so all electrolytes of a particular type. Then second, for weak electrolyte. So the electrolyte which do not ionize completely as well as in molten state also, so we have to call weak electrolyte. Example, carbonic acid H2CO3, acetic acid CS3COOH. And weak electrolyte is not completely associated at all concentration, dissociate at all concentration. And if we with dilution, so degree of the dissociation also increase and increase in the number of the ions. So when we plot the graph molar conductivity versus root C concentration, so becomes the graph of the weak electrolyte becomes parallel to the y-axis. Okay, and cannot be determined by extrapolation of the plot. Okay, infinite C is equal to 0, so electrolytic dissociate alpha is equal to 1. But such low concentration the measured accurately, so determine the applying Kohl-Raoust law. New law is coming, Kohl-Raoust law, and Kohl-Raoust law of independent migration of the ions. Okay, so Kohl-Raoust law determined for the weak electrolyte. But first, before the Kohl-Raoust law, what is the degree of a dissociation? So the ratio of the molar conductivity at a specific concentration to the molar conductivity at infinite dilution. Okay, that is limiting molar conductivity. So reverse M divided by reverse M naught. So at any concentration C, if alpha is the degree of the dissociation, then for weak electrolyte, this one, for a weak electrolyte, here example, here given Ka is equal to Ca alpha square upon 1 minus alpha square. Okay, so for a weak electrolyte, alpha is equal to represent molar conductivity, and here 1 minus alpha. So 1 minus alpha, otherwise we have to write this way also, but you learn this way. K is equal to C alpha square upon 1 minus alpha. Okay, and alpha is equal to reverse M upon reverse V M naught. So we have to write 1 minus reverse M upon reverse naught M. Okay, and A square, so limiting molar conductivity, reverse M naught square. Then Kohlrausch law. Kohlrausch law examined by Kohlrausch and Kohlrausch examined limiting molar conductivity's values for a number of the strong electrolyte and found that for a pair of the electrolyte with the same negative ion but differing only in positive ion, and difference between the limiting molar conductivity's values is constant, like KCl and NaCl. So here limiting molar conductivity for KCl minus limiting molar conductivity for NaCl. Same KBr and NABr, Ki and NaN. So 23.4 ohm inverse centimeter square mole inverse we have to find limiting molar conductivity. So with a common cation, the difference between the here anion similar, okay, only for difference in the cation. So limiting molar conductivity we have to take for cationic way. So difference between the limiting molar conductivity values is also found constant. Here you see KBr and KCl. So cation same and anion different. NABr, NaCl, cation same, anion different. So here constant found 1.8 ohm inverse centimeter square mole inverse. Okay, so that is means Kohlrausch law of independent migration of the ions. It represents that limiting molar conductivity of an electrolyte is the sum of the individual contribution of the cation and anion of the electrolyte. Again I say Kohlrausch represent limiting molar conductivity, that is means reverse M naught, of an electrolyte, like we take example NaCl. It is the sum means addition of the individual contribution of the cation lambda Na plus naught and lambda anion Cl minus naught of the electrolyte. Okay, so this is the molar conductivity of the NaCl and this is the limiting molar conductivity of the Na and then chloride ion. Okay, if generally electrolyte produce V plus cations and V minus anion, so we have to write limiting molar conductivity is equal to V plus lambda plus naught and plus V minus lambda minus naught. Okay, then application of Kohlrausch law. Application of the Kohlrausch law. So some important application. First is molar conductivity of the weak electrolytes at infinite dilution can be calculated by using Kohlrausch law. Second one, degree of the dissociation of the weak electrolyte, like example acetic acid. So at a given concentration can be calculated. Third one, knowing the degree of the dissociation, that is means alpha. The dissociation constant K of the weak electrolyte at a given concentration of the solution can be calculated. Then fourth, solubility of sparingly soluble salts can be calculated as solubility. So is equal to kappa into 1000 upon molar limiting molar conductivity. So these fourth application of the Kohlrausch law. So first one is molar conductivity of weak electrolyte, infinite dilution can be calculated by using Kohlrausch law. Then second one, degree of the dissociation of weak electrolyte at a given concentration also be calculated. Third one, knowing the degree of the dissociation alpha So dissociation constant of the weak electrolyte at a given concentration of the solution also be calculated, and solubility of the any sparingly soluble salt can be calculated by this formula, kappa into 1000 upon mole limiting molar conductivity unit mole per liter. Next topic I will be explained in the next video. Thank you so much.